guys, welcome back to One of the Tanks with the preview. This is on the test server, so anything that you might see here on this can change when this thing hits the live server, but this is probably the tank that everybody's excited about, the Centurion Action 10, or in short terms, the Centurion AX. And boy, have the British got a medium that can compare with the rest. Finally, they actually have a medium that's, I would say, even worthy of clan wars. Now, I'll just go over the quick stats of the tank. This is just raw stats. This is the test server, so this might change. Who knows? I hope they don't mess too much about with this thing, because actually right now it's actually quite balanced. But anyway, hit points wise, 1950. That's the same as the Russian T62A, so it's up there by the Russians. It's 50 more than the 140. So it's definitely up there by, well, it's not even near the Germans. Like the 50M is still the one with the highest damage. Not damage. Hit points. Weight limits. With the equipment I got on this, you're looking at a 55.45 ton weight on a 60-ton machine. But you also have a 1040 horsepower engine, which gives this thing a power to weight ratio of 18.76. That's more than the T62A, that's more than the 140. It's not as near as much as the Germans. It's pretty much right in the middle, according to the STB. What? Oh, the STB one has a better power to weight ratio. The top speed is 53 kilometers per hour, where the FV4202, which this thing is replacing, the FV4202, as you can see, if we go into the tech tree, take the British, it's no longer there. It's gone. It's not even as the premium tank as it should be, as it should become. It should become a tier 8 premium tank. But it's definitely not there anymore. So 53 kilometers per hour top speed, that's 3 kilometers faster than the T62A, 2 kilometers faster than the 140. The surface speed is not as good. The 140 is at 54 degrees and the T62A is at 56 degrees, where this one is at 50 degrees. Notice that I'm comparing this thing with the Russian mediums, because the Russian mediums is probably the best mediums in the tier 10 mediums in the game, as it stands right now. The whole armor, well, the whole armor is, well, you might notice this whole armor, because if you look at the old one, the Centurion 7.1, look at the whole armor, 120 in the front, 50 at the side, 31 in the rear. Now take a look at the Centurion AX, 120, 50, 31. It's exactly the same whole armor as the Centurion 7.1. So that's something that we're already familiar with. The turret armor, on the other hand, is 158 in the front, 152 at the side, and, well, 95 at the rear. It's actually pretty strong in the back as well. 95 armor in the back of a turret. That's actually pretty good. 198 millimeters of armor doesn't sound as much, but take a closer look. Look at that. That sloping. And notice that this tank has a 10-degree gun depression. It really it feels and looks like a 10-degree gun depression. So if you can only show the top of your turret, even though that this is probably the biggest weak spot that is on the tank, if your hull down didn't shoot this, pretty much, commander's edge always. But 198 millimeters of armor in the front, and with a 10-degree gun depression, you can make this turret incredible strong and incredible bouncy. Now I'm jumping over the gun, because the gun you shouldn't look familiar. The turret turns at a rapid 48 degrees per second. Now There is one tank that is as good as when it comes to turret traverse. The STB-1 is only at 42 degrees. The Germans, the Leopard 36, the 50M 30. Let's go back to the Russians. 140, 40 degrees. The T-62A 48 degrees. It turns its turret as fast as the T-62A. Jesus, that's a fast turret traverse. Combine that with a 50 degrees haul traverse or track traverse. You can't circle this thing to death. That's not gonna be up. This thing will keep its gun on you. And of course, and it actually has a 410 meter view range and a 750 meter signal range. Well, this is tier 10, so yeah, it's up there. Now the gun, on the other hand, well, the gun looks familiar if you already know the FV4202, because it's actually the same gun with a slightly small change on this thing. It's the 105mm L7A2 on the live server. It's also called the Royal Ordnance gun. This is actually a gun that NATO has put on I don't know how many tanks. This is a really, really good gun. The rate of fire is 6.98. The same rate. It's pretty much the same rate of fire as the Leopard 1, which is at 6.9. Penetration with your APCR is 268. Here's the change, because the FV4202 got two types of HESH rounds. This doesn't. This only got one type of HESH with 105mm penetration. The premium rounds on this thing is HEAT, high explosive anti-tank, that carries 330mm of penetration. Average damage 390, so this is a big alpha damage gun, not like the Russians 320 rapid firing guns. This is as the same alpha damage gun as the Leopard 1, the E50M, the M48 Patton, the STB-1. The accuracy is 0.32, which is really good. Aim time is 2.1, which is good, like really good. And with a 10-degree gun depression, this thing can snapshot targets like crazy. This is just wow. I can't wait to get my hands onto this on the live server. I already have the FV4202, so my FV4202 is going to get replaced with this. And of course, any crew you have on your 4202 and any mark of excellence you got is getting transferred to the Centurion Action 10. But enough chit chat about the tank and the raw stats, because this is just a preview. The stats might change depending on what how the tests perform on this server. I hope the wargaming doesn't change too much on it. It actually feels quite balanced right now as it is, so I can't see why they should change it. But this is wargaming, so why shouldn't they? So let's get into the well, first battle, Himmelsdorf. Okay. And notice that this is the test server, so test server rules apply, which is if you're not carrying a Russian tag, you are in a high risk of getting team killed by by any other Russian that's on the server, and especially if you're carrying the US tag. That's one thing. The other thing is, of course, that everybody is pretty much firing gold ammunition, because you get 100 million credits and 100 million free XP and 25,000 gold, and people doesn't care about testing tanks. They're just loading it with full gold ammunition and then just gonna shoot the shit out of you. So Himmelsdorf. Why not go into the hill? As I can see, I'm running with premium consumables. This is without BIA, but with vents and a rammer, and potting and tea, and I'm getting the reload down to 6.95. So this is definitely up by the high standards of a damage per minute output. Raw stats damage per minute output on this is 2,700, I believe it is. And you can definitely get that higher by putting a T on it and BIA, all that stuff. I'm actually running past the 140 and the E50M uphill. That's a 1,040 horsepower engine for you. That was just a 390 of average damage. I rolled for 391. Let's see if we can't kill this. You can hear the sizzling. Well, that was a bad aim. The T49 just fire the 140 is... I'm not in a rush to get shot by him. It's funny how they completely ignore that guy. Oh yeah, you're gonna... alright, he's shooting heat. Let's see, we are actually heavily outnumbered here. No point of sitting up here, because they got in more tanks than we do. So... okay, so much of a snap shooting. Missed that one completely. So they got, what, 2 bad shots left. The T49, the 140, the... oh shit, the JPEG. Yeah. See ya. Nope. I'm not in the mood to get shot by that guy. Now this thing, considering that it packs a 390 average damage gun, you shouldn't be surprised if you roll for 400 most of the time, or over 400. Because this thing can actually roll that high, and it does that quite often. And I'm in a pickle here. To be honest. Now side scraping, well, this packs a lot of side skirts, so gold, you can actually make gold rounds useless, but you need to show yourself in an extreme angle, which apparently they're not pushing. But yeah, side skirts that acts as spaced armor, and put that into your tracks as well. You have a lot of spaced armor in your sides, which should make I need to address should make heat useless. Oh, this is the RNG is real. That's my luck. And that was his heat round bouncing. Alright, that was RNG in my favor. Holy shit. Did not expect to bounce that JPEG's round. Jesus. Hi! Oh well. Okay. Whole armor should be crap and I'm bouncing JPEGs. Okay. 17 shots fired, 12 of them hit, 11 of them penetrated. Total damage almost just short of 4,000. And of course I'm not making any. That premium consumable is costing me 20,000 every time. But I does catching on fire on this is I haven't had any issues with it. But of course that might change. Damage per minute output. Yeah, 2,721 raw stats. Which is definitely not bad. But enough chit chat again. Jump into another one. Malnovka. With this is a test server. Sorry about that strange conversion there, but my recording program all of a sudden stopped recording. But so I had to reopen my replay files and actually show you that Malnovka battle with the Centurion AX, which is this one. But yeah, test server rules, 4 artilleries, and that's 3 nuke cannons and 1 autoloader. And we got, well, pretty much just 4 nuke cannons. GCs, T92s, 261s, T92s, GCs, and a Batchan 1558. And that thing, I have no idea what that thing is. The T10. I need to check that out. What line that is. It's probably Russian. Otherwise, there's something for the super testers. But yeah, Malnovka standard with the Centurion AX. And I don't need to rework something here because I don't want to look at the names, I want to look at the tank names. There we go. I actually feel sorry for the mouse on the enemy team. If he's not running a super heavy spore liner and we got 4 big ass artilleries, yeah, he's gonna be in a world of hurt. It's funny how they actually play the maps exactly the same way as you played them on the live server, even though they're on test server. And yeah, what you can see that's, I don't know about you guys, but that looks like 10 degrees gun depression to me. That's really good gun depression. Now, if the Batchat went this way, I would have been spotted by now, so doesn't look like he went this way at all. So that's pretty much stupid. I didn't need to knock down that. Showing my position away, but Wusu 121 and and there we go. Artillery. The Batchat 15558. 1 shot, second one missed. I need to get the hell away. You can't sit still. Batchat 1558, get my tracks back up ASAP. Don't want to sit still with 4 artilleries. So, he got 1 shot left before he needs to reload, so we know that much. Oh, that's a Batchat. Doesn't have a shot on him. Never mind. Oh, G54 Mont 1, hello. Just above average damage, 393. And hello, GC. What is it? Wow, artillery is really focusing me on this one. T54 Mod 1 is, well, he just got nuked to shit by an E4, so might as well straight into the turret ring. T34 is next, probably. Yeah, let's go for the T34. And here's the gun depression. Hello. And back up again. Back off. So that everything is just... That T10 just got nuked by that T92. Where the hell that shot went, I have no idea. But I'm lucky that 183 that just took a pot shot at me. Missed. Sneaky British bastard. Or Death Star. Now looking at the map, the moss it's actually pushing the south, and he actually managed to cross the south. So yeah, there's not much I can do here. Nope. I bet Chad, if he's sitting still, he'll outspot me before I spot him, even though I got 410 meters view range. So back to base, because that's a JPEG as well in the middle, so things is starting to look worse. Oh shit, that's an E5. And an E4, okay. Yeah, we definitely need to go back to base. Another object 432 down there just took a big hit by something. The Bat Chat is running the waterway down there to my left. Right now he's not a threat because he can't spot me. And can I? 3.2 accuracy? No, I can't. I should. Critical hit, keeping the JPEG permatracked. The GC just nuked the E4 right in front of him. Why the GC didn't get a bombardier medal? Well, he probably didn't fire gold, but if he did, he could have, yeah, pretty much gotten a bombardier quite easy. Both of them were not that high health, and oh, this gun depression, 10 degrees gun depression, you gotta love it. Yeah, that Bat Chat at 140. Watch out, because they still got a JPEG watching out in that field. That shot went low. The T95 apparently is still sitting back on the base, because he just punched my 140 comrade's ticket. So, now, where's that JPEG? Ah, there we go. And wow. Yeah, this is the test server, so people pretty much just don't give a shit. Even though this thing has less power to weight ratio than the Germans, it doesn't feel slow. And if you're used to that, if you're used to the Russian mediums, this thing has a better power to weight ratio than the Russians. So this will actually feel faster, more mobile. And this thing is mobile. This thing can shift. Yeah. Shooting on the move is not the best thing, but alright. So the E4 over there and the T10 has just spotted across all the south without the east, without spotting that Bat Chat artillery. So loading Hesh, so he's probably over here somewhere. Nope, he's drowning himself. Can the Hesh pen? Can the Hesh pen? No, the Hesh can't pen. Damn it. Yeah. Fuck you. Alright. Yeah. Should we take another one? Yeah, let's take another one. Alright. Let's take the last one. Morovanka. And of course, this is the test server, so that's a lot of artillery. And to be fair, most of these people that are actually on the test server, actually, this is probably the first time they're playing a tier 10 tank. But 4 artilleries. Yeah. Oh yeah. They added some new effects to the weather. Let's see if we can spot it. You can hear the thunder in the background. They should have put in lightning. Yep, that was.
Let's go.
Nice effect, I think. But can't see, it's not really needed. Lots of other things they could have worked on this game instead of implementing some weather effects. So, heading into the magical forest, which is not as magical anymore. But still gonna. Oh, poor T49. Can I? No, I can't. No, 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 no. Sorry, E3. But that's not gonna happen. Now, for artilleries, you definitely don't want to pick up the same spot more than maybe twice. And that's it. Because they will definitely be looking right at you. Alright, I neglected the sloping on my armor, so he pinned. And there goes the E10. T10, sorry. Hello? The ridge is just a little bit too steep for me to actually use my gun depression. Or right there it was, at least. T57 is getting pretty much nuked. Yeah. Oh no, you don't. So E3, what are you gonna do? You got a Centurion AX on your side, you got Death Star, and me in front of you. You know what's gonna happen the minute you turn. Goodbye, IS4. Jesus. Looks like he pretty much just gave up. Like, nope. Don't want to live anymore. Come on, nuke me. .215B missed, which is nice. E3 dead. Tracked. And dead. That actually hit. Yeah. Shooting on the move with this thing, even though I got snapshot and smooth right at 100%, this is not as good as a shooting on the move as even as the Leopard is, or the Russians, even. Alright, Hesh rounds. 105mm of penetration with 480 average damage. This should be enough to kill artillery. If it pins, to be honest. But why shouldn't it? That one pinned, low roll even, but... Ow! That one didn't pin. He just pretty much removed all my health in one shot.
Enemy armor destroyed.
He's just gonna finish off a T30 with that, even though it doesn't pin. The weak spot on the 215 Beast turret is actually quite small. So
Enemy armor is damaged.
but this thing, oh my god, I can't wait for this thing to get to onto the live server.
We damaged them.
463. Damn, the Hess is rolling low. But yeah, I love this thing. This act. Oh, this thing is good. Like really, really good. Damage wise, 3,849. 2,200 spotting damage. Or assistance damage, which is called. Spotted 3 tanks, the E3, the GC, and the GW100. The E3, how much? Wow, 19. 1100, 140, 178, 153, 328. And, pretty much that guy. They gave me all. Oh, yeah, okay, I tracked that guy, so. And yeah, 8,000 credit loss. You can argue about running with that. You can use a premium. You can use a fire extinguisher. It's up to you. But yeah, this thing. Oh god, I can't wait. Oh, I'm looking forward to this one. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Notice that this is a preview, so the Centurion Action 10 might change, but this is definitely a tank worth waiting for. Otherwise, start grinding if you want it, because this thing is good. Thanks for watching and happy hunting all.